Ladies and gentlemen, Bear fans, Bear Nation, check us out. This is Coach's Corner, coming in here today with our high school football team, our varsity players, and we've got our 3 team captains for tonight's scrimmage, and we wanted to give these guys an opportunity to tell you a little bit about what's going on in football. So we're going to start here with some introductions.
My name is Tucker Holt. I play quarterback, and after high school, I plan on going to college and studying criminal justice.
Nice, man. What does this button do? Nothing? Oh, it does do something. All right, go ahead.
All right, so my name is Isaiah Dansby. I play middle linebacker.
I can tell.
Yeah, I got a little bruised up on the field. After high school, I'm most likely going to go to the Air Force, go to trade school while I'm in there, get some discipline. Yeah, that's about it.
All right, that sounds good. A service man. I love that.
My name's Josiah Lavario. I play outside receiver, and I plan on joining the Marines after high school.
All right, 2 servicemen. I'm a former military guy myself. I served in the U.S. Army, combat engineer. Cool. Shout out to my engineers. So my name's Corey Oliver. I'm your deputy soup and the principal here at Somerset Academy Collegiate. Proud principal, Papa Bear, as they say. Guys, what's going on this week? I know we got us a high school scrimmage coming up. What are our feelings on this? Are we ready to rock and roll? Or are we nervous? What's going to happen tonight? What can we expect?
Man, we ready. We ready. This is first 11-man game of the year.
So what's new about that, being 11-man? What's different than that and what you guys were doing last year?
I mean, on defense, I gotta watch 5 more people than regular during 6-man. It's a lot more fast-paced, hard-hitting, facing some big people, but we ready like always.
Yeah, there's a lot more going on the field than there was with 6-man.
Especially for offense, being a quarterback, I gotta watch more people and know so many more positions and places that people have to be on the field at certain times.
You guys saw how he did that, right? He made it all about him. That's what quarterbacks do. It's harder to be a quarterback than anybody else, right? No, I'm just kidding. You're a good man. I appreciate you. So what has been the biggest challenge of taking on the 11-man, other than knowing all the other roles and that? What do you think the big challenge of it all is?
Probably our physicality last year. Being in 6-man, you'd still have to worry about getting tackled and tackling people. But 11-man, the players are more likely better, and you got to just be better.
It's more of a 6-man's more of a skills-based game,
Yes.
right? Whereas 11-man, you got
11-man, it takes in everything. Like, you speed and strength. 6-man is more like, okay, if you're fast, you're most likely you got a good chance of winning. But with 11-man, you got to be fast and strong and have the technique too, especially tackling. That's the most important part of football. Yeah. If you can't tackle, then there ain't no point of being out there.
No, that makes sense. What are your thoughts on that? Any big challenges that you face?
I think that the biggest challenge is definitely how many more people are on the field. It's like a lot more going on than there was in 6-man, because we play on the same field essentially, but there's almost double the amount of people on each side of the ball. So it's just a lot more going on.
Which game, and I'm glad you said that, but which game do you think is more mentally complex? Is it 6-man or is it 11-man?
Definitely
11-man. It's 11-man. There's
11-man.
So many more plays, and like I said, like so many more people on the field, more positions, more to remember.
Yeah. Is your line, are they taking care of everybody?
Yes, sir. Our line is we're getting there, and they're gonna keep getting better every day. And every day they come out and they improve. With our Coach Mendez is working with them, and yeah, he's getting them right.
That's awesome. Last week you guys had a scrimmage too. Now tonight, what time's our scrimmage? 7?
7.
Yes, sir.
All right, so 7 p.m. If you're a fan, you got to get your butt out here and be ready to rock and roll. These boys are working hard. I know that we talked to band. They won't be there tonight. They're going to save it up for the first game, since we have a brand new marching band. First time in charter school history in San Antonio that we've had a charter school marching band. So I'm excited about that. When our first real game happens. But tonight with a scrimmage, what are some of the lessons that you learned last week that were a little bit different that you can, make those changes and move forward and have more success this week?
For offense, some of the challenges that we learned last week was, blocking. But for me, it was scanning the field, not getting focused on one person at a time, and being able to, if something goes wrong, one side of the field, I got to be able to look to the other side of the field and get the ball to where it needs to be.
Well, yeah, and if somebody makes an error in their assignment, you've got to recognize that because it's your job to correct them in the huddle, right?
Yes, sir.
You can't wait till Monday's practice. You got to fix it like that. So
Yes, sir.
it's imperative, and I think some of our younger, less experienced football players, they don't maybe understand this, but it really, truly is imperative to know all of the roles and assignments, at least to the most basic form, right? Like picking up a gap down backer, like when you're picking up a block, if there's nobody in front of you, what's your assignment, right? Like
Exactly.
these are things that we all need to be aware of. What are you running for a formation mostly for run plays? You guys running?
We're running a lot of spread.
Oh, okay.
And mostly, yeah.
So you only got maybe one guy in the backfield with you,
Most of the time.
right?
Yes.
So that's a little bit different. But if you're running, it depends on the offense that you're running. But if you got more than one individual in the backfield, then you got to know if your guard doesn't have anybody on him and he misses his block, who's picking that up? Is it the tailback? Is it the fullback? Is it the running back? Depending on, again, what offenses you're running. So I think that's really important for you guys to understand, because that's why it's a team game, right? Like everybody has their responsibilities, and if you miss your assignment, you're creating sort of chaos in that moment, and it really comes down to the execution piece. What about you? What did you learn last week that you think you can apply tonight as a team?
I think last week we was defensive side of the ball was a little tired, but I think this time we're gonna be more awake, more aware of what's going on, trusting each other a little bit more aggressive. I think I'm gonna try to get everybody to focus on more aggression, because we were slipping up on a few things. Like if you're on defense, one person, if you lacking in aggression or you just not seeming to want to be there, it's gonna mess up the play for everybody else. That's an easy touchdown for the other team. So everybody needs to be able to trust each other to handle their assignments, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah, something interesting about your position at middle linebacker, you're the field captain most of the time. It's the middle linebacker, right? You got to be able to do everything your quarterback's doing on offense, but you then also have to sort of flip that in your head and apply it to your defense, right? So if they're running a spread offense and you're picking up a read on what's happening from how their formation setup is, like we've seen this before. I know what we're supposed to be thinking, right? And then you got to somehow convey that to the other 10 members on the field as a middle linebacker. So you got to run sort of both sides of the ball.
There's a lot of communication, a lot of thinking. Just besides the physical aspect, you get to use your brain a lot. So you really got to be watching film and keeping up with plays and all that.
Nice. You want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing that I took away from last game was like not to be nervous going against these other 11-man teams that have been playing for a while, because like we hung with them for most of the game. There was definitely the pregame jitters, but I think after that we started pulling together as a team.
It's a different game. 6-man and 11-man are completely different games. So those pregame jitters are pretty normal. Yeah. What do you guys do to get everybody fired up? Like, what's your thing?
Music.
Music.
Dances.
Yeah, we be dancing in the locker room. We be getting hyped. We got a playlist going. We just have music going.
Do you got that one guy that always has to listen to something completely different than everybody else to get fired up? Do you have that guy?
Yeah, we got one or two of those. They just be in their little corner locked in. But as long as they locked in, we good. And then after warm-ups, we have our little chant. You get everybody real hyped. And then, man, y'all talking about that pregame jitters. After that first snap, it goes instantly away. You just focus on the game. Everything else, like, you don't even realize people are in the stands. It could be hundreds of people in the stands. You don't even realize.
Yeah, there's a lot. And I think there'll be a lot here tonight. it's always hard here in Texas in in August and September because it's 115 degrees.
Yeah.
You know, but what do you guys think the hardest part about being a leader is? You know, since you are taking on it, first of all, you're running 11 man for the first time, right? You got a lot of players on the team that maybe this is the first time they've ever played 11 man football. Like, what's been your biggest challenges as a leader for that?
I think especially a lot of these underclassmen don't really like realize their limits and like their potential. Some of them are quicker than others to give up or to say they can't do it anymore. But you know, just letting them know that they can do it makes a difference. You could tell.
Yeah, motivation's 100% the difference maker, I think, for a lot of successful teams. Right? What are your thoughts on leadership on this?
Being a leader on this team, I've definitely had to be more vocal than I have in years past. I usually just let the other seniors and other juniors ahead of me lead the team, and I was the one in the back. But I definitely realized this year I gotta definitely be more vocal and let everybody know, especially let people on offense, that like we're here and I'm here, and like I'm gonna do everything I can to help them and help us win.
That's a big difference. You know, when it comes to leadership, sometimes making decisions is the easiest part of leadership, because if the team, like you said, like if the team isn't buying in to your leadership, or the choice that you made comes with some sort of consequence, then that's really what leadership is. It's not giving orders. It's not, you know, just setting expectations. It's the follow through. It's knowing that you made that call and it's all on you, right? And as a quarterback or a middle linebacker, if you have to call an audible or if you have to make a decision on the fly, you know, the decision's easy. You made the decision. Now, if you fail, people are gonna have something to say about it, right?
Yes, sir.
And so that's true leadership. Not the role, not the title, right? It's hanging on to those, whatever those consequences are, good or bad, and being able to sort of manage that after the decision itself has been made. The decision is easy. That's the easiest thing to do. What about you as a leader? What's been unique about this year for you?
On defense, we definitely got a lot of underclassmen, but I would say it's really listening to the coach, but then you also realize that you got to be a coach to your teammates too if they don't understand something, because the coach isn't always going to be there. So like even after practice, when they got questions during the play, I got to be able to put them in their assignments and make sure they know what they're doing and they're not lost in the field and leaving a man open. And then piggybacking off of what Josiah said, when motivating them too, like everybody's down, everybody's gloomy, heads down. You gotta be that one guy to tell everybody, yes, okay, we got this next play. We got the whole rest of the game, and you guys got your head down like the first, second, or third play. Like we got the whole game. We can flip the game around real easy. And then what Tucker said too, a lot of vocal. You got to be talking the whole time. If you're not talking, then what's the point of being the leader, man? Because you just out there letting other people be lost and stuff. And then switching from 6-man to 11-man, I'm out there making call-outs because 6-man, you didn't really have to say much. We barely had 3 plays, and then we just ran the ball. But, man, you got to switch plays and make new plays, and it's a lot. But, yeah, I'm ready for the leadership role. I'm ready for this season, too.
Do your defensive players know the route tree too?
They should start learning it.
Yeah,
but
right. They should, because knowing what's a flat, what's a curl, what's a post, what's a go, right? Knowing that is critical as a defense, especially if you're playing in the backfield, right? It's really important. You know, I think you guys are going to have a really great season. I think this is definitely a learning season for us, though. We can't get all upset about that part of it. Like, there's a lot for us to do to learn and grow in the 11-man world, and we eventually want to move out of the charter league and really back into UIL. And the reason we want to do that is for exposure for the kids, for you guys, right? Because the more you're exposed to coaches, and a lot of kids don't, we have a wide open transfer portal now in college football, right? So if you start in JUCO, it doesn't mean you can't end up playing for Alabama or LSU or Texas, whatever, right? Down the road. And I think that you start from where you're at so that you can build a program, a lasting program that moves forward. So this is really a critical year for you guys in that regard too, is, hey, get out there. Like you said, the opponents, they're bigger, they're faster, they're stronger than maybe that you're used to playing against an 11-man. And so there will definitely be, like I said, that learning curve there. But this is the whole purpose of doing this, is to move us into a position for much bigger goals for you guys, right? To provide you opportunities. I've seen kids in huge programs that are, what they don't call them water boys anymore, or water girls. What do they call them? Like managers, right? I've seen people go to grad school as managers and get scholarships. So every part of this program is really important, with 11-man and a marching band and the cheerleaders and all the things that are happening. It's a direct representation of our school and who we are and what Bear character is, and following our 5 pillars and all those things that we have going on. So I'm excited for you guys this year. It's going to be exceptional. Beyond that, and this will sort of be our closing thoughts, what are your goals for this year, either personal goals or for your team or for the program itself?
My goals for this year are to just be a leader on this team, like we were talking about earlier. And I don't want to be the reason that we lose games. And I want to be able to step up in important moments and win games for us when we need them. And that's probably my goals.
It's a very selfless goal. I like that.
For me, I think that I want to build a legacy for the 11-man. This is the first year 11-man, and we got all these underclassmen. We got so many freshmen, so many sophomores, and maybe a handful of juniors. But right now, I think that building a good memory in their brains of what hard work looks like and what the work that they should be putting in to build or be a better man and be a better player and a better person in general, on the field, off the field. You're just setting an example and leading that legacy for the rest of the 11-man career that we have at this school. So that's really my main goal, just leave a legacy.
Yeah, just kind of piggybacking off of what Dansby said, I think that paving the way for the guys behind us definitely is an important goal, because we're not going to be here forever. You know, those guys are eventually going to have to step up on the team and be the leaders and, you know, pave the way for the guys behind them. And I think that that's definitely a big part of it, is just setting that example to the younger guys that, you know, they belong here and they belong playing in this 11-man league and playing these teams, and just showing them what a good leadership group looks like. Yeah.
Well, man, it's well said, you know, and we're going to end it here for today. You guys, if you don't have a career in football, I think you're going to be all right in podcasting. So, you know, you did a fabulous job. First time on screen, first time on air. Parents, this is all out to you. I know this is an A school. I know these kids, when you put them in a position to succeed, they're going to succeed no matter what you throw at them. These are the most amazing kids I've ever worked with, but they need you here. Come out tonight, support the boys tonight. Next week, I think we have a home game next week as well.
Yes, sir.
Be out here, you know, support the band, support cheer, support the booster club. Everything we do is for these kids. Put them first. When they have a full stadium and everybody's rocking and rolling for them, it gives them the energy on the field. As you can see, these are all great, amazing young men, fabulous leaders, and they got big goals, not just for themselves, but for this program. So we hope to see you tonight, 7 p.m. down here at Somerset Academy Collegiate, 4802 Vance Jackson Road, just in case you forgot. And I will see you all later.